Hey everybody, Todd here. Welcome back to another Wellness Talks Briefs. Consider for a moment that there is a connection between your values and your vulnerabilities. That is, that there's a reason why there's a certain level of pain or discomfort in your personal experience. But what is this? What is it all about? So take a moment and I'd like for you to think about a painful judgment that you have about yourself. What comes up with you there? What value is underlining this? I'm frustrated because I can't seem to get through to. I'm annoyed because I can't seem to get this project done. A sense of despair because I always make this mistake. Notice how there is an emotion tied to the thought, tied to a value that you have. So your vulnerabilities, and therefore some of the pain that you may experience, are tied directly to that which you truly value, that which matters the most. In other words, it's an indication of what's important to you and your life. This means that this hurt is showing up for a reason. And the big question is, what's on the other side of that hurt? What's on the other side of, I'm not good enough? What's on the other side of, I don't know if I can keep up? I don't know if I can pull this off. What's on the other side of, I have no energy, I'm down, I have zero motivation in doing this project, this course that I'm in? And a lot of times, one of the first things we do is we try to distract ourselves. We do a lot of short-term goals. And a lot of times they make us feel better. And so we just find ourselves looping back around. As soon as we're done doing whatever that activity is, we find ourselves right back dealing with this vulnerability, dealing with this unpleasant personal experience. And here's another catch. If we do that short-term way of dealing with it, we actually feel better. We're actually positively reinforcing that behavior, such as eating, going on Facebook and going down the internet rabbit hole, watching tons of videos on YouTube. Now, not all of these things are bad, especially if they're used in short term and they're used sparingly. But if it hurts bad enough and we do something like drink or smoke or throw ourselves into a video game for hours, or we binge watch a television show for hours, we get to escape for a little while and it feels good. And then unconsciously, we'll begin to automatically do that behavior without even knowing. It just happens to all of us. So I'd really like for you to just take a moment, step back, find one of those places where you have this heavy judgment about yourself, and write it down. Sometimes it's best to see it. What do you typically do that gets in the way? What do you do when that happens? Is it a short-term or a long-term possibility? Is it something that moves you in a way that matters to the current situation? Does it line up with your personal values and give you a direction? Write it all down. Take a moment and begin to utilize your vulnerabilities instead of ignoring them, pushing them down, and distracting yourself from the very thing that will give you the answer if you can just sit with it for a little while.